Hi everyone, welcome to Korean Express YouTube channel. I have a question for you. Have you ever wanted to say something like, I want to eat, or I miss you, or I want to sleep, and especially sentences like, I want to go to Korea, or I want to learn Korean in the Korean language? If yes, then this video is for you. Now, let's see how is this video going to help you to learn this kind of format, to learn the format for saying sentences that begin with I want to. Okay? Now, here is the introduction for this video, what we are going to learn, what we are going to focus on in this particular video. So we are going to learn the grammar pattern ko 싶다, which is used to talk about things you want to do. And believe me, this is one of the most useful and common expressions in everyday Korean. And a very quick tip, this grammar also shows up in the TOPIK exam, especially level 1. So if you're preparing for it, you definitely don't want to miss this lesson. And one more thing before we begin, if you haven't already watched my previous video on the Korean connecting particle ko, then I highly recommend checking that out first because it will help you understand today's topic, the topic that we are going to learn in this video more clearly because ko 싶다 is built using this connector ko. I'll share the link of my video on the Korean connector ko in the description so that it becomes easier for you to have an access to that video. And please must watch that video if you want to understand all the concepts of this particular video that you're going through right now. So without wasting any time, let's dive in. First of all, let's understand the structure of this grammar pattern ko 싶다. So the word 싶다 actually has multiple meanings in Korean, which we'll cover in more detail in the future videos because right now we are focusing on the beginner level and that is not important for this level. For now, in this lesson, whenever 싶다 is combined with the connector ko, then it forms this pattern ko and then there's a space and then 싶다. And it's used to express that you want to do something. In other words, to express a feeling of desire. Here, the particle ko simply connects the verb that you want to do or perform to 싶다. So ko acts as a connector. It connects the verb that you want to do to 싶다. Okay? Also, 싶다 acts like an adjective over here. So it needs to be conjugated accordingly. I will explain later in the video why I'm emphasizing on this fact that 싶다 is an adjective over here. Okay, we are going to learn later on in this video only why you have to remember this fact. Also, final structure ko 싶다, which means to want to do something. Okay, so remember, if you want to say that you want to do something or you want to express the feeling of desire, you use the structure ko 싶다. All right, now let's see how to use ko 싶다 in sentences. And believe me, it's super easy. You have to follow just 3 simple steps. First of all, take the stem of a verb. We know that the dictionary form of a verb ends in hada or tha. So you have to remove tha from the verb and then you are left with the stem. Now, attach ko 싶다 directly after the verb stem. Very simple. And then in the end, you have to conjugate 싶다 according to the tense and the politeness level you need. Alright, so these are the 3 easy steps. Take the stem of the verb, attach ko 싶다 to it, and then conjugate 싶다 according to the tense that you want. So the basic structure looks like this. We have the verb stem, and then you connect 가고 싶다 directly to the verb stem. For example, you have to say to want to go. 가고 싶다. 가다 is the verb to go. You removed 다. You're left with the stem ka. Attach 고 싶다 directly. And then you can conjugate 싶다 accordingly. Okay? To want to eat. 먹고 싶다. 먹다. Remove 다. 먹고 싶다. Simple? Now let's take a look at how to use 고 싶다 in the present, past, and future tense. Okay? First of all comes the present tense. So if you have to say that you want to do something in the present tense, then follow this structure. You have the verb stem, you attach ko directly to the stem, and then you conjugate shipta in the present tense. If you're conjugating it in the casual form, you say 싶어. Or in informal form, 싶어요. 고 싶어, 고 싶어요. Very simple. Now let's take a look at the example sentences to see how to use it in sentences. I want to go to Korea. 저는 한국에 가고 싶어요. I is 저는, Korea is 한국. To go, 가다, you removed 다, you're left with the stem 가. And here you have to express that you want to go. You have to attach 고 싶다 to the verb stem. And the sentence is in present tense, so you conjugate 싶다 in the present tense. I have conjugated over here in the informal form, which is the most commonly and popularly used form of conjugation. So it becomes 가고 싶어요. 저는 한국에 가고 싶어요. Simple? I want to study Korean. 저는 한국어를 공부하고 싶어요. Here, I is 저는, Korean is 한국어. To study, 공부하다, remove 다, you're left with 공부하. You have to say, I want to study. 공부하고 싶어요. I want to watch a movie. 나는 영화를 보고 싶어. 나는, because we are talking about the casual format over here. So instead of 저는, we have used 나는. Movie, 영화. To watch, 보다. Present tense, 보고 싶어. Very simple. You just need to remember the pattern for using 고 싶다 in sentences, and then you need to conjugate 싶다 accordingly. Okay? Now comes the very important note. Actually, this note is something that you learn with time. Okay? So, in casual or natural Korean conversation, native speakers they often drop the subject like 저는 when it's already clear from context. So, for example, instead of saying 저는 한국에 가고 싶어요, you can simply say 한국에 가고 싶어요. It still means I want to go to Korea. Okay, and believe me, it sounds more natural in everyday speech. If you're learning Korean through any other source, then they will also tell you this thing that when you are having a real Korean conversation, then most of the times you notice that the speakers, the Korean speakers, the native Korean speakers, they drop the subject. First, you have to make sure that the listener knows who the subject is in the whole conversation. Then only you can drop off the subject while talking. Okay? I hope you understand this. Now, let's see how to use 고 싶다 in the past tense. So if you want to express that you wanted to do something in the past, then follow the structure. Verb stem, 고 is directly attached to it, and then conjugate 싶다 in the past tense. In casual format, 싶었어, 고 싶었어. In informal, 고 싶었어요. Simple. I don't need to explain it again and again because it's understood, right? Now, let's take a look at the examples. I wanted to sleep. 저는 자고 싶었어요. 저는 to sleep, 자다. remove 타, stem, 차. attach, 고, 싶다. and then conjugate 싶다 in the past tense. 자고 싶었어요. I wanted to eat pizza yesterday. 저는 어제 피자를 먹고 싶었어요. I is 저는, yesterday, 어제. pizza, 피자. to eat, 먹다, 먹고 싶었어요. I wanted to buy a bicycle. 나는 자전거를 사고 싶었어. 나는 bicycle, 자전거. to buy, 사다, 사고 싶었어. I wanted to buy. Simple. Next comes 고 싶다 in future tense. If you want to express that you will or might want to do something in the future, then follow this structure. You have the verb stem, you attach ko directly to it, and then conjugate 싶다 in future tense. That is, 싶을 거예요. 고 싶을 거예요. Let's take a look at this example. I will or I might want to rest tomorrow. 저는 내일 쉬고 싶을 거예요. I is 저는, tomorrow is 내일. To rest, 쉬다. I want to rest in future tense. 쉬고 싶을 거예요. Now, again a very important note. Koreans often express future desire using the present form with a future time word. So, it is more natural to just say 내일 쉬고 싶어요. I want to rest tomorrow. Here, the time word 내일 already gives it a future meaning. You get this? So, if you want to express your desire for future, what you want to do in future, then you can just conjugate shipta in the present tense. And the future time word present in the sentence will already indicate that you're talking about future. Okay, I'm not saying that 싶을 거예요 format is incorrect or not used. It is used, but more commonly you will see that 싶다 is being conjugated in the present form even when you're talking about your future desire. Now, let's talk about a very popular Korean phrase, 보고 싶다, which means I miss you. Now, in Korean, the phrase 보고 싶다 is commonly used to say I miss someone. Literally, 보고 싶다 means I want to see someone or I want to see you. Right? We know the verb 보다 means to see or to watch. But in Korean, saying I want to see someone naturally expresses that you miss them. Obviously, if you want to see someone, then you are missing that person. So, 보고 싶다 is used to say I miss you. Let's look at this example. 저는 친구를 보고 싶어요. I miss my friend or I want to see my friend. Okay, so here you said I, 저는, friend, 친구. To miss a person or if you want to see that person, you use the verb 보다. 보고 싶어요. 보고 싶어요. So, when you miss someone in Korean, you just say 보고 싶어요. I miss you or I want to see you. Right? Okay, now let's move ahead and see how 고 싶다 is used in plain form of conjugation. If you don't know what this plain form of conjugation is, then I have already made videos on this topic in which I've conjugated verbs and adjectives in the plain form. So I'll share the link of those videos in the description so that you can understand what kind of conjugation is this. Now, as I said earlier in this video, that 싶다 acts like an adjective here. So, when using it in the plain form, you need to conjugate it like an adjective and not like a verb. Like this, you have the verb stem, you attach ko to it, and then you conjugate shipta in the plain form. And in plain form, whenever you're conjugating an adjective, the adjective remains as it is. So shipta, after even conjugating it in the plain form, remains shipta, ko shipta, plain form, and not ko simninta. If shipta would have been a verb over here, then in plain form it would have been conjugated like this because verbs are conjugated in this format. Ninta is attached to the verb stem. So if shipta would have been a verb, it will be simninta. But no, shipta over here is an adjective, and so in plain form it remains as it is. For example, I want to go to Korea. 저는 한국에 가고 싶다. In plain form, 싶다 remains 싶다. I want to eat kimchi. 저는 김치를 먹고 싶다. Simple. Okay? Now, let's move ahead and let's see when the subject is the third person. Then, in that case, how you express the desires of that person. So, when you're talking about what someone else, a third person, wants to do, we usually use a different structure. In this case, you attach ko 싶어하다, which is 싶다, and the grammar pattern ahada or ohada being attached to it. So in case of 싶다, it is ohada. So you attach ko 싶어하다 to the verb stem. Now, don't stress yourself to this grammar pattern because we learn about this later. For now, just remember that it is used when the subject is a third person. So, whenever the subject is a third person, instead of go 싶다, you use ko 싶어하다. For example, my friend wants to go to Korea. 제 친구는 한국에 가고 싶어해요. Here, you have used the format 고 싶어하다 because you are referring to a third person. Okay? Minnie wants to drink milk. 미니는 우유를 마시고 싶어해요. Here, 마시다 is the verb to drink, and as you're talking about Minnie, a third person, you say 마시고 싶어해요. Okay? So this is how it works when the subject is third person. Now, negative form of ko shipta. So, if you have to say that you don't want to do something, then follow either of these two structures. An, then comes the verb stem, and then ko shipta. Or verb stem, and then you have to attach ko 싶지 않다. These are the two formats for saying that you don't want to do something. Now, if you don't know about these two grammar patterns, an or chianta, then again, I've already made a video on this topic, so I'll share the link in the description to understand how to make negative sentences in Korean. As we're talking about a negative form of koshipta over here, we have used an or chianta. They are used to make negative sentences. Okay, so if you want to learn how they are used, then please watch that video. I'll share the link in the description. Let's take a look at these examples. I don't want to go to school. 저는 학교에 가고 싶지 않아요. Or 저는 학교에 안 가고 싶어요. Here, in the first sentence, we have used the format 고 싶지 않아요 to say that you don't want to do something. Okay? And in the second one, we have said 안 가고 싶어요. This also means that you don't want to go. Next example is I don't want to eat spicy food. 저는 매운 음식을 먹고 싶지 않아요. Or 저는 매운 음식을 안 먹고 싶어요. Here also, to say that you don't want to eat, you can either use 먹고 싶지 않아요 or 안 먹고 싶어요. Okay? Very simple. Remember the format for saying such kind of sentences where you have to express that you don't want to do something. Alright? Okay, so in this video, we learned about a very important Korean grammar pattern, ko shipta, which is used to express that you want to do something. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Korean Express YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more such grammar lessons. Thank you.